That was kind of fun this week that Nick was like, you know what? It's either I'm going to play for Frank or I'm going back to the Eagles. And from what all accounts, I guess, reported, it was more Nick Foles trying to get in there and see what was happening. Maybe I believe Howie Roseman used it as an opportunity to be like, oh, it's between us and the Colts? Sweet. We'll tell them we're really interested and we'll dump the price on them, or something like that. But Nick Foles ends up with Frank Reich and the Colts. I would advise the Colts to start him week 15 no matter what. That's just from me to you. But what do you think? It would have been fun with Nick Foles here and Jalen Hurts? Or do you think that would have been weird?
It wouldn't have been weird for the team. It would have been terrible for us. Do you want to live in that world? Do you want to live in the day-to-day? Oh, my God. Can Jalen Hurts handle Nick Foles? Yes. You mean a guy who's flamed out in 3 separate places since he's been here? Is that what we're worried about? Come on. Hey, how old is Nick Foles? 33, 34, 35? What are we worried about? It has nothing to do with that. Nobody's signing Nick Foles as a starter. Nobody cares about him as a starter. It's come and gone. Those days are done.
You don't want that.
I don't. No.
I know, John. You don't want that.
No.
I would have, as the 2 QB system representative of this podcast,
God.
I would have absolutely loved that. That's an upgrade over Minshew. What did his contract come out yet? I didn't see the numbers, and it must be bad. So,
they
for him
have
anyway.
to be. He's gotten paid so much money in his career anyway.
Yeah, I think he's just looking for another quick ring here somewhere. And honestly, the Colts are the best option for it, just looking at their division. And, well, I don't know. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
It's pretty close. But, it would have been pretty hysterical because we've made so many comparisons from, the 16 to 17 season and how this is kind of shaping up towards that. That Nick Foles is a part of that next transition, too. If he was here right now, I would be fucking screaming they're going to the Super Bowl. Because, this is how it works. It's just oh, my God, all these other pieces. Vince Quinn's complaining about there's no corners and, what's going to happen this summer. And then bang, 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 bang. And then Nick Foles is one of the final pieces to round out your roster. Yahoo! Sign me up. But it didn't happen. And Gardner Minshew is no longer being traded. That was also answered with that signing, I believe, as well.
Yeah, and that's where I stand on it, too. I look at this, I go, look, you wanted a young backup quarterback that's competitive, that's fiery. I have no doubt about him in a spot situation, coming in and being ready to play. Yeah. That's Minshew. That's fine. So you've got Hurts, you got Minshew, they're already here. You've got youth on your side. Lean into that. Carson Strong is a development guy behind that. It all works with me. You don't need Nick Foles. Could Hurts handle Nick Foles? Yes. Stop it. There's no doubt in my mind. But it just would have been agony for all of the dumb conversations. Because the 4 years or so at WIP where we had to constantly talk about Nick Foles because he was in the news all the time. I get, and people wanted to get into it constantly. They were dying to do it. But you know what? Some days it was absolutely fucking miserable. And
of course it was.
I would rather do anything else than, even if as much as I wouldn't necessarily in a vacuum mind Foles on the team, but to deal with that day to day would just,
we wouldn't have to.
It would not be fun.
We don't. That's what I'm saying. We don't. That's not a part of our realm anymore.
You would have to.
We don't have
to.
You would have
It's
to.
unavoidable.
No way.
We're going on the road all season.
Well, what are we going to say about Nick Foles if he was on this team? We're going to create controversy where we're... Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's everyone that we talk to. It's every tweet you read. It's everything everywhere else. It would be all Nick Foles all the time. It would be insufferable. I have no interest in dealing with that.
You would hate it after a week.
It would only happen if Jalen Hurts sucked.
No.
That's it, and he's not going to suck.
No,
so
it wouldn't.
I wouldn't mind it. So you wouldn't hear a peep until he gets injured, or if he really I'm really wrong about Jalen Hurts.
There were questions of whether or not they believed in Hurts because they potentially talked to Foles. There's no chance that the second he gets signed here, half of the city is like, "Oh my God, is this we can't talk about this." That didn't happen when Carson. It's a controversy.
It didn't happen when Carson Wentz. Well, he didn't win a Super Bowl either, but yeah. So
did you call for Minshew last year?
No, not once. Just to play the Jets game, which he did, and
Vince,
can
you check?
Let's go through the archive.
I know. I'm saying off the top of your head.
I mean,
neither one of us did.
I was interested.
So.
I was interested and willing to have Minshew for a couple of games.
Yeah,
I wasn't dying for him, but I was willing to have him start and see what happened because everything was so bad for a while that why not? What was the harm?
I didn't mind if Minshew started from the Jets all the way to the end of the season because at that point it was such a big running team. I thought he gave you an equal amount of chance. But to get Jalen ready for the playoffs because I assumed
that might
the ankle.
That might have been it then.
Yeah, that's the only thing I really remember. If I'm wrong, call us out, 215-509-5833, or simply at Bell and the Bird on all social platforms, mainly on Twitter. We're working on the gram. We're getting there. We understand.